Here's the story of the day that Patricia goes to the police station to pick up Bill. What exactly has she done? Patricia said. She was apprehended for waving a scarf in a markedly aggressive manner, Miss Wilde. You can't bring in and detain someone for waving a scarf, Patricia says. It's not against the law to wave a scarf. Scarf waving is not in itself a specific criminal offence unless the waving of a particular scarf relates to a prescribed organisation as well. It was thought that the scarf waved like a flag by your daughter could have been said to be in tacit support of a newly prescribed organisation, and officers at the scene must now consider any individual or organisational gesture towards this new prescription in that light. In this instance, as it happens, the scarf your daughter was waving has been judged not to have been being directly used in support of the said prescribed organisation, but it also says here that the officers present judged your daughter's intent could be said to have been a bit hostile. Could be said to have been. Isn't that subjective to result in the detaining of a 16-year-old girl, Patricia says. It's her very good fortune that, taking into account her clean record and her status as a minor, the WPC towards whom she used verbal abuse and the threat of assault with the scarf has chosen not to press charges. Right, Patricia says, well, thanks very much. Where is she now? You can take a seat as well. Someone will show you through in a moment. The reception officer hands Patricia a ticket with a number on it. Police property store, he says. Thanks, she says. Did that reception officer just wink at her? Surely not. What exactly did you do, Patricia says. I did nothing, Bill says. I did pure zilchio. Patricia's driving them both home. Bill shakes her head and looks away out the side window. I just stood there. She says, I was just, She turns her head back towards Patricia. Present. Present, that's a bloody irony, Bill. That you bunked off school is bad enough, Patricia says. I spent half an hour on the phone getting lectured about and covering for your chronic absenteeism today. It was only PE, Bill says. I missed fuck all. And if they hadn't picked me up, I'd have got back easily in time for Britain's place in the world since 1945. Is that history? Oh yeah, it so bloody is. Ha ha, Bill says. I'm serious, you can't keep on being absent from school. I only don't go to things I'm certain I don't need to learn, Bill says. There's no such thing as something you don't need to learn, Patricia says. Oh yes, there is. No, there isn't. Where did you go today instead of the school you were meant to be in? I told you. I just went and stood outside the supermarket on Broad Street. I thought it would be good to be somewhere where people were going in and out through doors that mechanically open and close by themselves, Bill says. And all you did was wave a scarf? I didn't wave anything, I just stood. I was just holding it. I didn't even hold it up. I'd taken it out of my pocket thinking I put it on, and I was holding it like this because I was changing my mind because the weather was too warm for me to wear it. I didn't even say anything out loud. And some people, quite old people, came out of the supermarket, nodded to me and stood with me. So we literally just stood there. Then the policewoman and the policeman crossed the road, asked us if we had a permit, and said we were in breach of the peace because more people than were allowed to gather if we hadn't applied for a permit had gathered. They said we were interfering with infrastructure. But we were just literally standing there. How many people? 4, 5, including me. Did they arrest the other people? I don't know. The woman standing next to me told them it was a public highway, and we had a right to be there, and so on.